and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit, maybe even 2 model kits, and to hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, and the Tier 2 Blue emote. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes like Harold did before the stream even started, like Lashbrook is doing, like Ghost Valve. You can just say hi if you're not a subscriber or you don't want to use emotes. Lysenda said, boy, what a day it turned out to be. Indeed. Hello to you. Aristophan is here throwing that tier 2 emote, which we appreciate. Yes, we will talk about the topics of the day. Lord Crasher says, hey, Pat, I am not ready. Well, sorry, but it's happening. We'll talk about a bunch of things in tech, good, mostly bad, very little good. Talk about Tuesday's stream, probably kind of rehash a little bit of the conversation we had at the beginning of Tuesday's stream, because it is necessary to have those kind of conversations. And finish a cool model kit. Tonight's plan is to take the Igel unit that we worked here, the Gundam Heavyarms Igel unit. We're going to complete it. We are going to put build the weapons that need to go on there, including the wrist blade, the excellent wrist blade. And then we're going to take the new parts, the new shoulder attachment, the new leg attachments. We're going to take those. We're going to the wheels that go on the bottom there, the support wheels. We're going to take those. We're going to put them on the Heavyarms custom from Endless Waltz. So that way we can fully and totally 100% completely build the very most heavy arms. Maybe not the best heavy arms, but the most heavy arms. The heavy arms-ist ass heavy arms possible. Speaking of the most, let's talk about one of the coolest model kits that has been in Premium Bandai. This is a Premium Bandai that I'm working on right now. The Heavyarms Endless Waltz I got from Premium Bandai. We should talk about another Premium Bandai kit that just you could maybe pre-order it. It might not be sold out yet. You could maybe pre-order it tonight over at Premium Bandai if you are so inclined. I am going to show you a photo of this kit, and then we'll talk about it here for just a second because I am very excited about it. I gotta find it in my files because I have a photo saved. I was so determined I was going to get it, I saved a photo of it before I even made the purchase because I was like, I'm going to get this kit tonight. I'm definitely getting this kit. I didn't get it last time. It says sold out. Try to refresh a bit. Yes, Lashbrook, you can totally do that. You can totally try that. It's the Gundam Rose. It's the Gundam Rose. We'll put Rose over here. It's pointing at you. It's the Gundam Rose right here. From G Gundam. Thank you, Lashbrook. I did pick this up. I did spend shipping. It was a little higher than I was expecting. That's also probably because of South Carolina and taxes and stuff. So there were only so many high-grade kits that came out for G Gundam. They did non-grade small little kits. Kits like this, the Rising Gundam, which was bought off my Amazon wishlist by someone I don't know who. Because I did not get a note. Someone bought this. This is what we're going to be building after. So this is a non-grade, lots of stickers. Shipping is higher overall. Yeah, I just haven't noticed it. Aristophan just hadn't noticed it. Yeah. The Rising Gundam. So that is the thing we're building next. So it was a non-scale, kind of 144, but non-graded kit. Or you got the 1/100 high grades. They only made so many of those. And then there were 4 master grades in G Gundam. But not everybody got the 1/100 scale high grade treatment. And this is not that. This is the 144 scale high grade that we will be building in the future. It arrives in July. Double check that. Yes, July. This is the Rose Gundam from Premium Bandai. I was able to pick it up. I am very happy that I was able to get it. But yeah, shipping was a little higher, but I'm also not surprised the shipping was higher because what with the world and all. So that is the kit that I will be building soon. I'm very excited to be putting that together. It's just a cool looking mobile suit, and also I'm a sucker for G Gundam. G Gundam is so. Here's the deal, right? Of the Gundam series that I love, the top is Gundam Wing. Y'all know that. Iron Blooded Orphans, big fan. They put out some new Iron Blooded Orphans kits last year. I bought them all. I believe I bought them all. There might be one I didn't get. I got them. I haven't built them yet. They're still in my backlog because they don't get votes from my $10 patrons, but I do like them. And then in the third place, as far as like Gundam series mobile suits, like I've only built one kit, which we can't even see here. I'll remove this. We don't need this anymore. I've only built one kit from Witch from Mercury, but I really like Witch from Mercury. So that's up there. But as far as model kits, not the show, model kits, G Gundam and Gundam X are right at the top, and we're not getting more Gundam X kits. The idea of even finding the old kits that I built in the 90s for Gundam X is ridiculous, because they did not make a lot of them, and not a lot of them came overseas. I'm sure that I could find secondhand or in like a big, large Gunpla store or Plamo store in Japan. I bet I could find Gundam X stuff, but it is not even perceived that the U.S. audience would be interested, or the Western audience would be interested in Gundam X model kits. And this is how I know. Because when the DVD came out, the international DVD, no one bought it. When the Blu-ray came out, no one put kits out. They bought the DVDs. They finally, after 20 years, put out an English language way to officially watch Gundam X, and did not reissue a single model kit for the US. And the aftermarket did not say, oh, we should probably dig up some of our Gundam X inventory because the DVD and Blu-ray are coming out, so I'm sure people will be interested. They did not do that. That's how little people think of Gundam X, is that they didn't even think that like a tie-in would be enough. Like, hey, the Blu-rays out there, so maybe people would want the model kits. They're pretty cool. You can find the X and the double X sometimes, but you want to find like even the G. It's not the G Savior. There's a backpack thing that goes with the X and the double X. Good luck finding that, like anywhere. Maybe auction sites like Yahoo Japan, Yahoo Auctions Japan. You might be able to find that. But good luck. I really like Gundam X designs. They're funky in a way that I really appreciate. And the villainous Gundam designs are cool as hell. They don't have an Epion, but they have a fun maroon mobile suit that's like an Epion in a way that I was really into. And just, yeah, forget that. The closest we got is the Love Phantom takes some inspiration from a Gundam X mobile suit and the Death Scythe, like combining the two of them. Literally, the Love Phantom is the closest thing we've gotten to a new X. Like, Gundam Breaker Battlelog didn't have any X love, and that's like that's a show that loves every Gundam series. They made the Burning Gundam, a sister Gundam for the God Gundam that doesn't exist. So, all right. Anyway, we got to finish this Eagle unit. I am going to retweet my tweet. Also, this is, which we'll say in the retweet, this is my last night in this bedroom for 6 weeks. I'll be moving my streaming setup to the bonus room, the Carolina room, and we'll be doing streams out of there. The audio will be a little worse because it is a more open room. I will be filling it with stuff to help with that, so there won't be as much echo. I also do talk directly into this microphone very close, and that does help with the echo as well. But it's more room, and then I don't have my computer set up in this room, and that sounds fucking rad. And I will be able to build a set, like, this is my set. You know, I got the backdrop there, but this is my set that I have to rebuild. Every stream, or anytime I'm filming, I have to take these boxes up and put these model kits on top of it. But that's my bed, so I have to take it down. In the Carolina room, I will not have to do that. I can build a set and then just leave it up. And on a day where I'm not streaming, if I want to film something, the set will be ready, and I don't have to set it up myself, just to record something. Really need that Beam Harmonica Gundam X. Hell yeah! Bandai's trolling, not making the DV Gundam X Divider. Master grade. Look, Nikkei, we're not getting master grades of modern kits. We're definitely not going to get master grades of the Gundam series, the least popular Gundam series of all time. Asterisk. That was made for the Japanese audience. Because SD Gundam, the first SD series, has worse ratings in Japan because it came out in the United States first. And in fact, the Gundam X series is the second worst rated Gundam series as far as TV ratings in Japan. So we're not getting a master grade of any of that shit. I bet they will ignore anniversaries of that kit. Of that series, I should say. Let's go over to the main. Because they wouldn't sell enough of them, is what I'm saying. The stuff that goes up on Premium Bandai is for diehards, but diehards don't like Gundam X. That's why they haven't made the third one. It's not right for Premium Bandai because Bandai does not acknowledge that X exists. They had a music show, a celebration of Gundam music, and they only did the opening song for Gundam X. They paid the woman that sang that to sing it. And then they were like, don't also sing Dreams, but don't sing the other song. Like, and who knows why they even did that. But they did. Hey, also, check this shit out. I got myself a mat here. This mat was purchased off my Amazon wish list. Thank you to whoever picked this up. I do not know, because this came the same time that the Rising Gundam came. I don't know who purchased both of them, or if two different people just made purchases at the same time. Either way, thank you for your service. This is going to be great because it means that I'm not building on a white surface, which people don't seem to love. It does not seem to be bad for the overhead camera. And it looks neat. Also, it protects this table from when I am using an X-Acto knife or any kind of blade. So I could cut stuff on here if I need to cut things on here, and I don't have to worry about it. Is it possible to flip the main camera so it's not upside down? Well, so I don't. Someone asked me once if I wanted to. Now, originally, you have to understand. Originally, I had it this way instead of flipped because I used to use a green screen, and so my camera, which is over here, used to be like here, and it was in the green screen, and that way my arms, you could see my arms, and my arms would come out, and it looked like I was doing it. Like the scale was wrong, but it looked like that, and I got in the habit of doing that. So I don't know and so even when I stopped using a green screen and just moved myself over to the corner, it has never even occurred to me since that I could possibly flip this over. Okay, let's see. Video format, yeah, color range, default, buffering, flip. Vertically. Let's try. Let's see. You know what? Let's see. Yeah. Apparently I can. I can do that. That looks weird because now it's not upside down for me. That's odd. And my hands are still here like they would be. So my hands are like coming out of... Huh. Okay. All right. I mean, sure. Now you're watching me build like you're seeing what I look like. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. If I remember correctly, I could not do that with my webcam. My webcam hated doing that, but I should have thought about that. I should have at least considered doing that when I used when I switched to my camcorder, my Panasonic. Okay, so I don't know if I can horizontally flip. Oristvan says Pat POV, indeed. Mirrored, yes, Lord Crashington. The camera is mirrored. So I might have to. I don't know if I can do that. Let's see. I can flip. Apply rotation data from camera, if any. Okay, so I right now can't do that in properties of it. Let's see. I can probably, let's see, set color, hide in mixer, blending mode, de-interlacing, filters. Wait, what if I do, oh, I have it locked, that's right, okay. No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I can mirror it. I don't believe I have the capacity to do that right now. Oh, I could just hit the properties button there. Yeah, match. That's for seconds. I can do this. Mirror video capture OBS. How about that? I will type in how to flip your camera in OBS in 4 steps. Great. Let's do that. Step 1. Okay, that's that. Then we got to do right click on your video image on screen, flip, go to transform. Okay. I got to go from that to after order is transform. And in transform, I should be able to click flip horizontal option. There. I learned something new, friends. I have now done that. Okay. Yes, now it is there. Yes, and I can do that to center a little bit here. Kind of center. I'm going to have to center this mat every time, which is fine because it's not big enough to like cover the whole space. Okay. What happened to... no, can't see. I don't have any words on. I just realized I don't have any text on the shirt. So, all right, we got to get into building because we have not done anything. Forever altered the way these streams are done. I mean, I guess so. I do like being like, I don't know if I could do that. Let me look. I will say that mirroring, hitting the fact that I had to go to transform is nonsense. That should be easier to do than it was. That's my opinion. It should have been easier to do that than what we ended up with. Anyway. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I can't. All right. I got to look here. All right. We got to do the side skirts. The side skirts on this kit need to get done because they have not been. Yes, streaming and discuss. Indeed. Okay. What can we talk about tonight? So, I guess we should just start with it. Many people I do not have a count for you right now, but unfortunately, quite a few people in the under the fandom umbrella of the Giant Bomb, GameSpot, TV Guide, and one other have been laid off. There was an all-hands meeting, a quote-unquote surprise all-hands meeting. I did see some people being like, hey, we have to reschedule our thing because of this thing. It turned out this thing was that all-hands meeting. Yeah. We have been told that roughly 40 to 50 employees across all of the company have been laid off. The CEO of the company at this all hands declined to answer any questions. So obviously, Giant Bomb, GameSpot were part of Viacom CBS when they went from being part of a startup, the Whiskey Media days, to rejoin into GameSpot under CBS. And then Red Venture bought in 2020. Metacritic, TV Guide, and some other stuff all went to Fandom. CNET was spun out from that and not part of that sale. Yeah, among the people laid off, were Jess Voidberger and Jason. And that is, aka Unistrick. That is very sad because those are awesome, cool people, and we, of course, send our support to them. I will say, on a personal note, hey, Tony the Swordsman. On a personal note, I am certainly bummed out for Jason. Jason and I got along very well and had many nice conversations in and around PAX. Is a lovely dude. Yes, this is the Heavyarms Igel unit. It is the Heavyarms featured in one of the manga that takes place after Gundam Wing. So it has a bunch of extra nonsense. We are finishing the kit here, and then we will take this extra nonsense that's on this kit, and we will add it to the Heavyarms custom from Endless Waltz, thus making the ultimate heavy arms, the most arms. Jan's plate is now overflowing. So, yes, Jan going from one of 3 video editors to the sole video editor, one would imagine that his responsibilities as an on-air talent will have to be diminished. Now, I'm just making an assumption based on nothing. Just my own understanding of, well, he probably can't do as much hosting of content that he was doing if he is now the sole video editor for a website that has its videos are an important element. Videos and podcasts are an important element of their content. One would assume that he is going to have to do way more behind the scenes stuff that he was not necessarily doing it. Have a great night, Harold. Thanks for stopping in. I will talk to you soon, my friend. Jason is a great dude. I also should say this. This is like this is a personal anecdote thing that is like not relevant to people's setting, life, or whatever, or necessarily the conversation. Just on a personal level, Jess now has the unusual, to me anyway, distinction of being the only person ever to be hired at Giant Bomb that I have not met in person while they were at Giant Bomb. There has never been a Giant Bomb employee that I have not met that has then left. Because I have not, Lucy and I have not met, but Lucy still works there. So therefore, I have met every single person that has ever worked at Giant Bomb and now doesn't work at Giant Bomb except for Jess, because I haven't met Lucy, but she's still there as far as I know. So that is a weird, small, little distinction, but it is a thing that I'm like, oh, that's odd. Yeah, we never got a chance to meet because there was never an opportunity. But it's really rough to have both of your two of your video editors, not both, two of your video editors laid off at the same time is real garbo. Just real garbage time. Real bad news. Not great. I hope Giant Bomb decided to go dark for the rest of the day, which I think makes a lot of sense for them as they try to figure things out, like things on their pipeline, things that were already in production, if things have been recorded, that like there are quick looks that probably have Jess on them, or that Jess was in the process of editing, or Jason was in the process of editing. But there's probably at least 1 to 2 to maybe many things that feature both of them or one of them that, like, whoa, do you just put that stuff up? Do you re-record it? Like, what is the process for that kind of thing? Is there a process for that kind of thing? And then just also the just general well-being of the other employees and all of that, as they probably wondered, well, is this the only announcement today? Will there be others? It's real shit. So it's really sucks for everybody. And there were people that I don't know at GameSpot and the various other places. There was somebody who was working behind the scenes for Comic Vine that made it through Comic Vine all the way up. So that person had been at a version of Whiskey Media stuff since, basically the sites existed. And that's, I forget the person's name and I apologize for that. But that's just bonkers to think about how that person had been there all through all those changes. Yeah, it's weird to do this in the middle of the week, so the plans are disrupted. I mean, just like in general, right? Like, forget your plans for the week, just your plans in general, like your plans for the year. You may remember, it's fucking January. So, like, things have been put in motion for, like, websites have things set up for a while. Like, there have probably been discussions on what February was going to be. It's probably too early to have discussions about like E3, but I'm sure there were the beginnings of conversations about E3. Like maybe some East Coast people were thinking about PAX East, or maybe they were thinking about PAX West, perhaps, as an excuse to get together. Like there is weird. The CEO not taking questions certainly is just like, I'm sure that some people would just been like, hey, you said that Fandom Network is profitable, so why did you cut all these jobs? Like what's up? Why did you acquire these places and then just let them go? I mean, Lysander's, the only reason I don't think that Fandom is trying to sell off those properties is that they just purchased them. And at the very least, they are probably not looking to dump stuff so soon. But you might be right. You totally could be right. Yeah, my thinking is that it is just like, Oh, you mean sell Fandom, that Fandom is looking to sell. That perhaps TPG Capital, the private equity firm, is like telling them to trim down in the process of a sale. That's possible. That's totally possible. I certainly don't know. But yeah, it's all shit. It's all shit and it sucks. Another thing that sucks. This didn't suck. The stream didn't suck. On Tuesday, I did a stream that I thought was very fun, and I think you might enjoy it as well. If you missed it, it's on the VOD, on my YouTubes. YouTube VODs, I should say. YouTubes. It's on my YouTubes, but it's also on the Twitch VODs. It was CPU versus CPU matches in WWE 2K22. That was Tuesday's stream. It was my bonus stream because I do non-gaming stuff on Tuesdays, and that's what I decided to do. It went, I think, pretty damn well. Very fun. I have, since the first two streams, learned how to do quick play matches so that we were not stuck doing matches in my GM mode. And so that opened up a lot of different kinds of matches. And it was really fun. At the beginning of that stream, we did talk about a very recent, as of that day, like hours before, death in the wrestling world, because it felt like, even though, it wasn't like I was showing a match with him in it or something, but Jay Briscoe had passed away untimely and tragically in a car accident that day, and it felt like, okay, well, I should at least talk about it, right? Like, should at least bring it up. And there was a tribute match, or a tribute show recorded Wednesday night, because Tony-chan, the owner and founder of AEW, is also the owner. He had purchased the Ring of Honor. Honor Club is the Ring of Honor website. They will be doing, showing this tribute match soon, or this tribute night that they put together soon, and they will also have it available on the Ring of Honor YouTube channel for free, and we'll be able to watch that. There were some people wearing armbands that said Jay's name on them. There were some wrestlers that had. There was a Doomsday device, which was one of their finishers done on AEW, and then I'm sure more tribute moves and such will be done on that show. A lot of Ring of Honor originals around there. Yeah, it was a nice little thing. They did have a mention of him, and also the before the show started, they have a thing. There was a mention of him on NXT on Tuesday night because that was, which was very nice. That is of all of the nonsense with WWE, a thing that seems to be at least sticking around a little bit was the openness to acknowledge that other wrestling companies exist, like them talking about a former Don West, former ring announcer for Impact Wrestling, commentator, I should say, not ring announcer. That was really kind and nice. Like, just acknowledging, like, yeah, it's like, yeah, you can talk about Jay Briscoe. Like, sure, you mention it. Why not? It's nice. It's nice that it was there. And a lot of love out there for folks who knew him well. Whoops. Traveled the Indies with him. So lots of love and support out there for those folks. And we wish his family well. It's a devastating loss for a lot of people there. In positive wrestling news, I guess I can mention some positive, it'll be a little positive about wrestling. I just have to say, one of the best under $7 purchases I've ever made in my life is 1 month of Wrestle Universe, which is a streaming service with a VOD archive that has several wrestling promotions, all owned by Cyber Fight, including Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling and Pro Wrestling Noah and Gambare and DDT. Specifically, Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling is just like a lovely thing that I just have access to. I just have access to this, like, all of this incredible Japanese wrestling from very talented women. And it has been just such a lovely time of watching all of that. I have been just having a ball watching all of that lovely, lovely wrestling. And yeah, it's like $10 a month, 10 yen a month. But with exchange rates, it was like 6 something. I was just like, that's so cheap to get a whole lot of great wrestling. So I have been really enjoying my time with that. And after the stream, I'll be watching a show that came out at Eastern time, 4:30 in the morning. So I did not watch it live because I am not about that part of the life. I'm not staying up till 4:30 in the morning to then stay up till 6:30 in the morning watching wrestling. So I'm going to watch that later tonight with some people, which is fun. But yeah, that has been like just cool as hell. Just having the opportunity to watch some really solid Japanese wrestling. I have really enjoyed my time with that. Can't recommend it enough. Just getting some cool wrestling and checking it out. I did have a New Japan subscription for a while there. I have let that lapse. I just was not using it that much. Eventually, I will let this lapse. I believe I will probably keep this into February, but eventually there will come a time where I am like, you know what? I have gotten my fill of this lovely wrestling league, but right now, not really. At the very least, I also want to see on Saturday night / Sunday morning, but it starts at like 1:45 Eastern time. So I'm gonna stay up for it because it's fine that I'll do that. I'm definitely going to stay up for the very last Pro Wrestling Noah show headlines, but the Great Muta. The Great Muta is closing out his run for. This is the name of the pay-per-view, this special. The live event that is, streaming on their service. It is called Final Bye Bye. You know I'm going to watch Final Bye Bye. Sting is going to be in a match there. I want to watch that. They will have an English. A lot of the bigger shows in Tokyo Joshi and Noah, not as much in DDT, but certainly there, have English commentary, as it happens, live English commentary, and that is very fun and nice. DDT not as much as I would like, but they do get it in there. So that's just good. It's just good to have that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. But I'm going to see Muda's last match because that feels... I don't know. That just feels like a thing I should do. I should watch him do his last, big event. Feels neat, even if I don't enjoy all the participants in that event. I'm still like, yeah, I should see that. All right, we are finishing the backpack up here. We're working on the backpack here. Once again, folks, we are going to finish this kit up, and then, oops, I put this in. How did I screw this up? This needs to go. This needs to go. This goes like. Oh, okay, it goes over here. I don't know why I messed that up, but yeah, we're gonna finish this. Then we're gonna take off these parts, the parts over here, and put them on the other heavy arms to make the ultimate heavy arms. We have to build a weapon first, so we're not done. But we're getting close to being done. Got this piece here. We're like running out of sprues, so we still have a shield and some weapons to build, but for the most part, this kit is nearing completion. And then we will do the most important thing, which is putting it all together. All right. We talked about... let's talk about this. In the ongoing, hey, we need to fucking talk about Twitter bullshit. We have to continue talking about Twitter bullshit. I'm sorry that we do, but we do have to talk about more Twitter bullshit. Hey, you know how third-party clients don't work anymore? That wasn't... Look, we all knew it wasn't a mistake because they would have said something. They didn't. But they didn't also make a fucking public announcement about this shit either. They're just like, let's just stop talking about it. We're just not going to talk about it. And then they went in and made sure to update their restrictions on the developer agreement today, banning use or access the licensed materials to create or attempt to create a substitute or similar service or product to Twitter applications. So they're just like, hey, we updated that shit. Like, what? What are you talking about? You can't do that stuff. Huh? What? You never could do that stuff. They also said on the 17th that Twitter is enforcing its long-standard API rules that may result in some apps not working, which is a fucking... So they don't have anyone in communications, right? Their communications department got laid off or people quit or they didn't want to keep working, right? So they're in severance mode. But basically, that's poor communication because that is just straight up an obvious lie. Like, it's like one of those things you're just like, no. What? No. We know. Like, you stole ideas from these people. These people that came in to do this, you legitimately, like, took the popular idea, the popular changes they made, and you implemented them. We know. Okay, why is this not working? Sorry, folks. Having a T-bit issue here. Is this upside down? Is this upside down? I think this might be upside down, which is why this wasn't working right. Yes. I had that in upside down on the backpack, which then means when I do this, yeah. If you view Twitter on TweetDeck or whatever, how is Twitter going to serve you ads? Right. Certainly that's part of it, right? But also, people who sell ads to be on Twitter, their people use TweetDeck and other apps. So the people who sell ads to Twitter use TweetDeck and other services, and they are not going to be happy. So it's just kicking yourself in the figurative dick. This is fun. This is on Engadget. The company no longer has a communications team, and most staffers working on its developer platform were also cut during the company's mass layoffs last year. Let's see. Twitterrific, one of the most prominent apps affected by the API shutdown last week, was created before Twitter had a native iOS app. They made an app before there was an app. In 2021, they went so far as 2021 to remove a section that discouraged but didn't prohibit app makers from replicating its core service. So they even went in previously and were like, oh, we should take this part out, where we're like, hey, don't fucking do this shit. That doesn't make sense for us to say that. Let's put a backpack on this kit. Boop. Backpack. Go up like this when we don't use anything. This is going to have to come down because we got to put a Gatling. We got to put all the bullets right on here. So we'll do that. Speaking of which, let's build the army knife and the shield. They're easy builds. We'll put those together. Let's see. The change was part of they wanted to improve their relationship with developers, including the makers of third-party apps. And obviously, they're done doing that. Yeah, no communication. The developer of Phoenix was like, yeah, they didn't send anything. He's already pulled the version of Android, the Android version of Phoenix from the Play Store. And the iOS his iOS app still has access. So apparently, people have been buying as of time of the posting of this article, the iOS version of Phoenix was still working, and so people were buying it because it still worked. TweetDeck is owned by Twitter, yes, and they got rid of all their engineers, yes. That's why we weren't talking about Twitterrific, and the Twitterrific is done. They're like, even if they change their minds, we're done here. We can't do this. Twitter we no longer recognize as trustworthy nor want to work with any longer. So basically they're like, even if they pull back, we're done. Now obviously that can change because business changes, stuff like that. But basically they're just like, yeah, this shit's fucked. We got to move on to other stuff, which I don't blame them at all. Yeah, you said TweetDeck. Yes. TweetDeck is owned by Twitter. We're talking about Twitterrific and Phoenix and some other apps that are out there doing their thing, that are not doing their thing the whole time anymore. It's got a knife. It's got a wrist blade. I have not done a master grade of this that had the wrist blade in a while. It is so fun to have this big, cool knife hand here coming down, or wrist knife. It is just always a fun element of this kit. So I am excited to be building the knife blade, the wrist knife. That's just goofy in a way that I've always enjoyed. Okay, so this has got to go in on here. So yeah, shit's fucked over on Twitter. Lord Crashing wants hit the dance button, and you know what? I will. Boop and boop. We'll build this wrist blade with a funky song. There it is. Folds back there. And then yeah, we got ourselves a wrist blade. Got to twist that arm a little bit so that it fits well in here. Well, we can just do that. Wrist blade has been added to this kit. Boom. Wrist blade. We'll pop the wrist blade out because it looks cooler out. Also because his arm is not as stable as I would like. All right, we got the wrist blade. Like, yes, should we technically put it the other way? Of course. Is it cooler this way? Yes. It's just cooler that way, so we're going to do that. Put the wrist blade on there. We got to build the shield. Shield's easy. Got to do a little addition of here of some marker. Got to add a little marker to it. All right, so that's Twitter shit. That's bad. Okay, we did that. Somebody asked me if on another Discord, not my Discord, but on a different Discord. Hello, how's it been so far? Good. We are coming on the end of this model kit build. We've been doing it for several streams here. The new pieces work fantastic. The new additions here, even like, you know, the similar design here, has been going really well. But yeah, the new parts, the Igel unit parts have been great on this build, and have been, you know, really nice to work on. I think this is the third of the Master Grades from the year 2000 something, that have like new components that you add in, that have worked well. We had good luck with the sorry, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we had good luck with the Death Scythe and its wings. It's kind of like Wing Gundam style wings. The sword and shield, the big heat blade and shield for the Shenlong was fun to put together, and now we're doing this one. I don't think I'm gonna get the Sandrock one. Probably, maybe I would, but I don't know if I would get that because I'm not big on the Sandrock, so I don't necessarily see myself spending a lot of money. You ordered 3 pre-built kits today. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I have not built a pre-built in a long time, or I bought a pre-built, I should say, in a long time because I build model kits on stream. So, but back in the day, I certainly had a few people work on some stuff. I had a painted Sharazaku 2 that I had a friend of mine build and paint because he was basically like, if you buy the kit, I'll build it and paint it for you because I need practice doing it because he had just started doing that stuff. So basically I got, I had to buy the kit and then he did the work for me for free, which is fun. G Gundam 90 kit bash. Okay. Nice. Doing a kit bash. Fun. Yeah, so that was back in the day though. My friend was working on that stuff and was like, "Hey, if you buy this kit, I will do the work for you because I'm trying to get better at it." And I was like, "Well, I mostly build high grades at the time anyway." And I was like, "So, sure." And I wanted to help out my friend. You know, it was a kit I was going to buy. Rose Dragon and Boxer. Oh, okay, nice. The Maxter. I just pre-ordered the high grade Rose from Premium Bandai. Obviously, there was the Premium Bandai. This is now the second time they put that up for pre-order. I did not get it the first time. I managed to get it today. Very happy about that. So in the future, because it's coming in July, so probably the end of July by the time we get it. In the future, I will have that kit and I will build it on stream, and I'm excited to have the ability to do that. But again, that will be in the future because I don't have it now. Yeah. So I got the pre-band of that one because I was looking forward to working on that. Before we take our break here, our pause for the cause, I do want to briefly just touch on the fact that I don't. Oh, nice! You have the Nedroid. I don't know enough about the D&D shenanigans to really comment. But the shenanigans are out there, and you can do some reading. You can listen to people from Hasbro that work for Wizards on the D&D side, and hear what they have to say. You can listen to some people who are talking about that stuff from the folks that like have third-party deals with them, that contract gigs that are putting word out there. You can listen to people that are lawyers that are in the D&D community that are looking through the changes. And I think it is worth taking a look out there because they're saying more of the right things. This is being the D&D folks about what's going on here. But it's still not, I would not describe it as good, what's going on. The basic point is to expect that D&D Beyond, I should say, is going to have some changes. There will be changes on the horizon for D&D because the belief at the CEO of Hasbro and other people in Hasbro is that they're leaving money on the table when it comes to D&D. And they're not wrong, but also they might be wrong about, they might not do it in the way that will actually make them more money. If they're saying that there has to be a way to appeal to a wider audience and to get money out of those people and convert those people into customers, they're right, and they're true, and it's true. If they believe that they are not making enough money out of existing D&D customers, they are wrong. They are making pretty much exactly the right amount of money from existing D&D customers, which is as much as they can, because people like playing D&D. Look, when a live play podcast stop doing a D&D thing and they start doing something else, their numbers go down. People, like, statistically, it is verifiable that people like listening to podcasts or watching videos of people playing D&D, and they are less active watching them when it is something else. Up until maybe now, possibly. The big pushback that they have kind of stepped back on is, okay, yeah, you're right. We were probably, these updates that we were making about things were very clearly going to force content creators some of whom have partnership deals sponsored by D&D, especially some initiatives to encourage folks from outside of the perceived straight white male audience that focus on playing games run by and with a target audience of marginalized folks. That plenty of those have partnership deals with D&D, but there are also people who are just like, yeah, I signed that open license, I play games, I make a profit off of that, or I would like to make a profit someday, and right now I don't. Basically, there was the perceived thought that, oh, y'all are going to try to make as much more money off of these people, and in some instances, you are going to try to own the thing they're doing because they are using your system. And if you are a new game attempting that, it feels a little foolish. If you are D&D trying to say that, like, oh, guess what? We're entitled to some things that you do with our systems. It's like, oh, that's not going to fly. People are just going to use other systems. So they have walked back a lot of that, and they were like, but mostly they're just like, hey, some of these rumors, like, their walkbacks are still very, like, methodical in their language. Like, some of their walkbacks are like, no one internally at Blizzard is working on on AI DMs. Nobody internally at Wizards is working on this. I might have said Blizzard there, I meant Wizards. No one internally at Wizards is working on this. And you're like, hey, how come you couldn't say nobody is working on this? How come you had to specify that no one internally is working on that? Does that mean that you are paying people externally to work on that? Which of course you would, because you have not hired people who specialize in AI. So it's just like, that leads me to believe that 100% and totally you are looking into that. But technically, you don't have anybody working there doing it. There's a lot of shit that just seems like real not great coming out of that. As somebody that plays D&D, I don't play D&D I play D&D for entertainment purposes for myself. I don't play it. I don't do any streaming of it or anything like that. I'm not part of a crew that does any of that. I'm part of a group that does it for fun. Specifically, we set out because all of us are entertainers in the group in some way, form, or another. We set out knowing that, hey, we're not doing this to then maybe one day try to monetize it. We're doing this just for fun. We specifically said that to make sure that everyone understood, because it's important to set boundaries for yourself, even in your play. Because what if it was going really well and someone was like, well, actually, I've been recording these sessions locally and we should put them up as a podcast. And you'd be like, what the fuck? It's like, no, none of that. None of those conversations will happen. But as someone that just does it for fun, I will say this. If I was going to do a real play of a RPG system, it would not be anything to do with wizards because I don't trust them. And also just looking at like the Magic the Gathering side with the incredibly, unbelievably expensive stuff. They're like, hey, we're celebrating the anniversary of, we're celebrating our anniversary here. It is the anniversary of Magic the Gathering. And let's all celebrate Magic the Gathering. Here's the first thing. It's an incredibly expensive and hard to find thing. But it's the celebration. Are we going to make a mass market thing? Nope. We're not. Oh, actually, no, we're not. It's just like, oh, there's so much of it just sucks. So, knowing that, I have not been eager to go to bat for wizards, knowing all that I know. Let's see. This shield goes on here. I've always loved this, that you pop the shield on the gun for the Gatling gun here. I always thought that was really neat. And then we'll put the gun on here. The easiest way to do this is pop this on. Let's see here. I say easiest and then I'm like struggling. Is this the right hand here? This is not the right hand for this, I believe. Okay. I say easiest and then I'm like, oh, wait, no, wrong hand. It is just the hand here. It's one of these hands. All right. We'll take a pause for the calls. We'll talk about ways to support the channel. We'll talk about some anime that I've been watching in a hot minute. But first, I just want to get this hand on here because it'll be nice to have this hand on. Okay, so it's going to go like this. And then we got to pop this out. We got to put this on here. Getting this gun to like sit right is always a little bit rough. So, forgive me as I struggle with it a little bit here. We'll try like this here. Yeah. This might be the best hand for this. I don't remember. Okay. So, like that. And then, okay. This goes like that. And that goes in here. Oh, no. Come on. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. This is going to be fun because this is, I think, if I remember correctly, people have said, like, oh, the hardest part of this kit is getting the gun to sit in the hand and then also getting the gun, all the other components to work on it. So I'm always just like, hell yeah. We love to hear that. We love to hear that the weapon is the hard part. It's like, oh, that's great. Okay. So this has got to go in like this. I mean, I can just put this Gatling gun on its back and we can just call it there. But I would like to have this hand hold a gun because it is cool to do that on a kit like this. But this hand does not want to go in right. That just pops right in, but then it doesn't stay in. That's also fun. Anyway. Yeah, so that pops in. Can I make this one work? Will this hand work? Nope. Hooray. Heavyarms doesn't need weapons, right? I mean, it doesn't... Look, it doesn't need this big gun because it has a million guns, but it would be nice to have this working because it is, you know, it is part of the kit. It's like I just have to get this to... Because it has to be like... You have to start with it around... You have to start with it like on to snap it in place because it's not going to fit over it. So I kind of have to do like this. Have the hand in there. Kind of hold it in place. Take the rest of the hand, the fingers in there. Snap it in. And then kind of get it in place there. But that doesn't stay. Because there's no way to pressure fit it. So it just slides around. So I guess the actual solution is to not put the arm on like that. To just do this. Because this kit, like obviously we want to build it and have it be cool. But really, we can just put it on the backpack here. And I don't know how that goes on. Oh yeah, I can... I guess the shield sits in there too, but we don't need to worry about that part. Because we can just do it on the backpack. And I think we will, because I was having trouble with it. And when you have trouble with something, you can just be like, I don't want to do this anymore. But yeah, so we'll just put this gun here on that part. Like that. And then that'll live there on the backpack. We still have to build like one more thing left on this kit. Two more things on this kit, which we will do after the pause for the cause. Hey, hi, hello. If you are currently a subscriber to the Build with Baer workshop, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, or the Tier 2 blue emote into chat. If you're a Tier 2 subscriber, being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here and just be like, oh yeah, Pat, I like that. I like what he does. That's fun. So consider becoming a subscriber if you haven't already. Again, I would appreciate that. Now, bits and coins are also appreciated. We have Harold, the top of our cheer leaderboard, and the top of our regular old leaderboard, gift leaderboard, is Lysandus and Aristophan, who each gifted one sub. Gifting a sub is another way to show your appreciation for what I do here, to let somebody else in the community not see ads, get some cool emotes. We do like that. We think that is fun. And so if you wanted to jump in there, you certainly could. If you'd like. There are other ways to support what I do here. I'll get through these pretty quickly. We'll get back to building, but I got to do my ad reads. It's important. Obviously, the easiest way to support me is through Twitch. Optional. I should say that. Everything I'm about to talk about here is optional. You don't have to do any of this stuff. You can just hang out for as long as you want. I have a Patreon at patreon.com/PatBaer. There is a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards for the different tiers. Consider becoming a patron over on patreon.com/PatBaer if you would like. Obviously, no, you're not required, but it would be fucking rad if you wanted to do that. Let's see. What else? So there's that. I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBaer. I post videos there every other Monday and every Wednesday. I put up something over on YouTube. It's like today, there was a bonus Pat Bear's Anime Club that went up because we'll talk about that in a little bit. Why? But yeah, I put a bonus video up today. So check that out. And also, you become a member over at youtube.com/PatBaer. There is a subscription tier there. Subscribing obviously is free, but you can become a member. There's a membership tier if you would like to do that. So consider that. See if that's something you think would be neat to do. And there's also direct donations, because I just talked about ways to support me monthly. But if you just want to one-off, throw a couple bones my way so I can keep buying and building model kits, you can go over to my Ko-fi or PayPal or Stream Elements. All those links are there, and they'll be in the show description of the YouTube archive. If you're watching later on YouTube, what's up, YouTube? And everything I make through direct donations, through Patreon, through Twitch, and through YouTube, which includes AdSense, so watching my videos helps me as well. Everything I make through all of that goes into a fund, and I buy model kits. Most of this model kit was purchased with a large gift card I got for Christmas, but not all of it. This went over that gift card, and the rest of the funds came from your generosity. So thank you very much to everyone that has continues to or has ever supported me with the finances. It's rad that you've ever even considered doing it. Thank you very much. Now, the next kit that I'll be building, the Rising Gundam. The Rising Gundam here. This was purchased off my Amazon wish list. I don't know who bought it. Thank you to the person that did. Over at Amazon, the link will be here in the show description. I have a bunch of stuff that you could purchase, and then it'll come to me, and I will build it on stream before I build anything from my backlog. Because I got a bunch of cool shit in my backlog that I will wait on building because you bought something. I've got Lego sets. I've got model kits. I got inexpensive kits. I have expensive kits. Kits with free shipping. Kits that have Amazon free shipping, which is not the same thing as Amazon Prime free shipping. Ooh, what just happened here? Oh, why did that go off? My overhead light just went off, and I don't know why. Oh, no. Coming to my wish list soon. A new overhead light, because this thing just died, and I don't know why. That's fun. That literally just happened. My overhead light went off, and I was like, what? Why is there less light right now? My overhead light went off. That's terrible. So, RIP, indeed. Thank you for the follow, The Drinking Geek. Appreciate that. But yeah, this just died. So, new light coming soon to my wish list, I guess. Yikes. That's unexpected. What got going on here? Hey, we got Roni Gio just gave me a follow. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome, new folks. I'm doing my ad reads. I'm talking about ways you can support the channel. I will get back to model kit building and talking specifically about anime coming in just a little bit. But right now, I'm just quickly going through all the ways that people can support the channel if they would like to. The completely optional ways to support me financially, if that is something that people would like to do. Mentioned that I have the Amazon wish list, bunch of different stuff on there. There will be I will figure out a new overhead light. I think that I will probably use the light that's pointed at me, that will become the new overhead light, and then I will figure out a new way to light myself for Saturday's stream. My lighting on Saturday will probably be better anyway, because I will be in a different room. But yeah, one of my lights went out. And I don't have a backup. Probably should have a backup. I'm thinking now that I probably should have had a backup. Oh well, that's weird. I'll do some testing. It might be that the cord got pulled or something. I don't know. I'll figure that out after the stream. I won't do it now. But anyway, I got my Amazon list. I have alternatives to the Amazon list if you don't want to go through Amazon, which I fucking totally understand. You could always pop over to Throne, check out my Throne list, or if you wanted to, you could go to USA Gundam Store. You got to buy a gift card there, and then you get a gift card code in your email, and then you got to send that email or that gift card code to me in a DM on Twitter or a direct message here on the old what do you call it? On the Twitch. You can do that if you want to. Sorry, I'm thrown a little bit by the fact that I have a piece of gear that broke, which it's been a while since I've had something fault on me. That's a shame. I will have to do some adjustments to switch things up. But I do have to move all this gear out of this room for Saturday stream anyway. If you want to support me for free, we're going to get back to building real soon, folks, so just hang tight. You can always go to my Discord. My Discord is lovely. We've got a bunch of great folks there. You can feel free to join that. That would be rad. A way to support me, video-wise. So, recently, I put up a new episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club. So check out the new episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club, which is my anime top 10 for 2022. I did a top 10 list for 2022. If you would rather read the written list, you can head over there. I put that up as well on my co-host. I'll put a link to that. And then, I forgot to include the link to... so hold on one second while I do this. Sorry, I have to go and find the link. I made a new video today. It is not numbered. It is a Pat Baer's Anime Club video that is not numbered because it will only be important until the 25th of January. So I felt like I should just put it up as soon as possible. And that is the special here. It is the Crunchyroll Anime Awards voting guide, because there is the Crunchyroll Anime Awards are up for voting for 2023. It's the 2022 year, but they use the year that the awards happen. You get it. You understand. And I did a voting guide for that, so you can check that link out as well. I just went through all the categories and said what I would be voting for. I didn't go through the process because you have to do an extra step that I didn't want to do on camera. But I recorded what I would be voting for. You can vote every day if you want. I will probably vote every day for a few categories. It's a long video, but it is informative. And then Baerly Rehearsed is a video series where I'm writing character or character monologues or funny prose and performing it. And I promise I have rehearsed it at some point. And this one is, hey, I'll just be straight up with you, friends. For this Baerly Rehearsed, the scam, I just took dialogue from a promo for an NFT grift game, and then I changed some of the words to change the language to be more honest about it, because they were hiding behind a lot of fluff. So it is just like an honest trailer thing. But it is me just basically taking the words from an NFT scam, posing as a video game, and just trying to be earnest about what that scam entailed. So that was fun. I hope you liked that video. If you haven't watched it, please do. Okay, we are going to talk about some anime. We are going to get back into building. We're going to finish this kit and hopefully start a new one. We got still a little bit more left on this kit to do. But before we talk about anime and finish this kit up, I have to drink some water and dramatically transition to the overhead camera, which I will right now. So the lighting isn't too bad. I think having this helps a bit with the lighting. So the lighting isn't too bad without the overhead camera, which we now do not have. We do not have the overhead camera. I wish we did have the overhead camera. We do not at the moment. But I still think this will be okay for this hour. Again, it just died on me. Eventually, I will have something like this. You can see there's better. Obviously, it won't be there. It'll be up here. Ironhide the Fourth just cheered 50 bits and saying, "Why are frogs happy? They eat whatever bugs them. But thank you very much, Ironhide the fourth, for a pawn entrance, and of course the bits. All right, so I'm gonna move this kit to its stand because that'll make my life easier. But yeah, we don't have the overhead light right now because the overhead thing died, and I have to find out why. My hope is that it got unplugged somehow. But I don't know. Oh, wait. It's back. It's back. It's back, everybody. I don't know why, but it is. So I'm definitely going to order a backup of that because who knows if it's going to keep working. But it did. Dirty wants me to dance button. We will do a, hey, the light works again dance button. Sure. All right. Live tech issues. Indeed, Lord Crashington. I don't have as much as some people do, but I certainly have a few. So anyway, the overhead light works again, which is great. But I am going to order. I'm not even going to put it on the wish list. I will pay for it. I will order something similar to this Ring overhead light that I can hook up to the apparatus that I have for that, and that will be a backup in case this thing decides it doesn't want to work again and clunks out of me, because who knows how long it might have overheated or something, or the cord is weird because I reset this stuff up. I don't know. But that I don't want that to happen during a stream again. So maybe I'll buy a new one, something new, and this will go in and become the backup for either my face or the overhead. But we'll look at it later. Right now, the important thing is that we got to build this here. We got to put all of these, and then that goes on the top. We got to put all these on there. So this is nice and easy. This is the perfect time to talk about anime because I am just going to be doing something very simple here. Just threading all of these. It'll be very easy to put those in there. All the magazines. We're just threading magazines here. While I talk to you about some anime, and we're going to first start talking about Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. Probably the coziest isekai of the season because there is some action, but like it's really off camera. Our main dude is just a guy who is going to be cooking and doing his thing. The first episode was like, how did I get here? I don't know. What's my what's my skill? Well, online shopping is my ability, which nobody understands what that means, and so nobody thinks that it's a big deal or important. We know that his ability means that he can, in exchange for like gold or whatever, he can just buy things, anything you could get from like a grocery store in Japan. Which, hey, later in this episode, we find out salt and pepper are worth a lot of gold in this world. So things are looking up for him. I am liking this Master Grade Heavyarms. We ran into some issues trying to get the gun barrel here to sit in a hand. But other than that, this kit has been a fun build. This is the 2011 version of this Master Grade, but because it's the Eagle unit, IGEL, those parts got made in 2019, I believe, which are just all of the extra rockets here. So all the new shoulder attachments, the movable here tank treads to stabilize this, and then also the new, this is a replacement side rockets that have the side-to-the-side rockets on them. But yeah, I mean, as usual, this is a fun build that I really enjoyed putting together. I think the only thing we ran into that was frustrating was I can't get this gun to sit well in the hand. And I remember that the last time I built this kit that did not have all this cool extra shit, that also was the issue. And right now, we're just putting magazines here on that, and then we'll build the drum that goes on the back of the kit, and then we'll call it quits of that. And of course, we're going to take all the extra parts on here and we are going to put them on the Heavyarms custom. So the custom from Endless Waltz, which we have over here, it is the same base kit, the 2011 kit, with obviously another gun, and they're double barrels instead of the single barrel. And then it has, but basically it is the same kit otherwise. And of course you can see it does have the old ones there. But we can take these parts and put them on there. So that's what we're going to do at the end of this stream, is we're going to take all these parts and put them on. We can put the shoulders on really easy. We will have to take like some of the side pegs off of the legs there, the ankles. We will have to take those off in order to get that to work. But it will work. I have seen it. To build the ultimate Heavyarms, which is why I have this out right now, is I want to build the ultimate Heavyarms. And to do that, we're going to need to put in every part of this kit and transfer over. But otherwise, this Heavyarms is fun to build. I've enjoyed it. It has been cool to put it together. I am bummed about the arm bit there, or getting the gun there. I mean, hey, let's be real about this, folks. This is not the Gundam gun arm. It's the Gundam Heavyarms. And as long as it's got some arms, we're good. Speaking of Heavyarms, I gotta get some blue tack here if I want to display this kit, because these arms eventually want to fall. They do not. Luckily, it's staying up right now, but these do not want to stay up like this for too long. These arms are too heavy, so I have to get some blue tack in there to kind of keep them locked in an open position, which I won't do tonight, but I will be doing if I'm going to put this on display, which I'm pretty much sure that I am. I'm going to make the Heavyarms custom Igel unit part of my display, certainly. To continue talking about anime, Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill, very fun. The Fenrir that we met in the first episode is like, hey, let's form a contract. You feed me food, I protect you. I'm a legendary beast. You don't really have a say in this. Our guy says, sure, sounds great. I got to name you. I'm going to name you Fell, which is fine. Not a great name, but he does. So they're hanging out. They go and immediately people are like, hey, this dude must be strong as hell because he has tamed, he's made a partnership with the Fenrir. So we got to, like, the Mandrake is like, hey, or Mangrave, I should say, the Margrave, yeah, is like, hey, I want to meet this guy. No. Sorry, Nikkei. I don't think that Bandai is going to make master grades. Period. I don't think they are going to make master grades. I think they are going to make high grades and they are going to make real grades. But I don't think they're going to make master grades. Maybe. But in general, I don't know. But them making master grades feels like, I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it. I don't think they'll make master grades. I think they're going to make a Gundam aerial master grade, but I don't think they're going to make other master grades for the incredibly popular series that comes out right now, because they don't make master grades that often. They make real grades and high grades more often now than anything else. I just don't see them making master grades. It does not seem to be in their pipeline. Anyway, Campfire Cooking in Another World, My Absurd Skill was great. He joins the Merchants Guild, but he also joins a regular old guild so he can save like parts of animals, monsters that the Fenrir kills. And he's going to have to do some quests. And it looks like in episode 3, we will meet the best character in this anime, which is, of course, a slime named Chu that rules. That slime is awesome, and I am very excited to meet our slime friend in the next episode because, again, that is one of my favorite supporting characters in the manga, so I'm looking forward to that. Yes, I would say they would make another master grade Barbatos, another form of the Barbatos, before they make more than the Ariel in a master grade. Like the Luth. I don't think they're going to make a master grade of. Maybe they will. Yep. I so uh you can't look at the last couple of years and say this is what Bandai does because of the supply chain issues, right? Um, Master grades came out because they could easily put them. Yes, Nikkei, I am telling you that even the new hotness that just came out, they're not making master grades from that. So I don't think they're going to be making master grades from Gundam Wing Frozen Teardrop. I don't think they are. I don't think they are if they're not making master grades of the new hotness that is incredibly popular. I don't think they're going to make master grades of shit that isn't popular, that is sought after, that people make customs of. But I don't think they're going to make shit that, if they're not making master grades of stuff that would sell incredibly well, I don't think they're going to be making master grades of, like, the Prometheus Gundam. That's just my opinion on it. Highlights of Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Old Lady. That is the next show that I watched this week that I love so much. This one is just like, okay, so the show is, it is a reincarnation story. It is an isekai, but the more important character is not the princess from that is the reincarnated character. It is the girl who is perceived to be the villainess of the story that we know isn't. So it is a take on what if the princess saved the villainess, which I find to be a fun thing because it's basically those things like, that girl's not the villain of the piece. Somebody else is the villain of the piece, which I find to be really interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with that. This is just kind of like, yeah, it's trying to make Yuffie feel more comfortable. Yuffie and Annie, they got nicknames for each other, which we like. Annie is our princess. Yuffie is the girl that was supposed to be marrying the future king of the country, but then the future king, the prince, was like, you've been bullying this girl. I know what you did. I married this girl. And everyone's just like, what are you talking about? All right. We have built this. We got all our magazines. We have one more piece of kit to put together, which requires G. And we will put that together, and then we'll put them there. Let's see. Annie is trying to cheer Yuffie. Like, here's the thing, right? You've known since you were a child, right, that you are going to that you are going to marry the crown prince. And pretty early on, you realize he's going to be the king someday, and you're going to marry him because your dad is a big supporter of his dad, the king. He's the prime minister. This is what so you're training. You spent your whole life training for this day. This is, you are the future queen of this kingdom. That is all you've done. And now you don't have that. You're done. You're hiding out with the princess. She's taking some of the heat for you, but like, you don't have a future. You don't have that future. And so we're like, this show is really focusing in a very interesting way, in my opinion, on what that means. What it means to like have like your future taken away from you and feeling incredibly lost. And I think that's really awesome that this that this show is diving into that story. I put this on wrong. Yes, Attack on Titan final season part 3 part 1 is coming out in March. That's right. I will explain this for folks that don't follow along. We are getting the last... This is now the 3rd year of the final season of Attack on Titan. This is part 3, part 1, indeed. Hi, New Daniel. I build way more high grades than I do master grades. Just because there are a lot more high grades of shows that I never fully got into back in the day, and there are just way more high grades out there. So I often build a lot more high grades than master grades. I enjoy master grades. I enjoy real grades and full mechanics kits and RE100s. But I often build more high grades because they are plentiful and out there. And sometimes weird as hell and fun to build. But yeah, I am much more likely to build a high grade than anything else. This is frustrating. I put this on in the wrong order, and now I have to get this off. Let's see if we can rock it out of place. But yes, so... Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 1 is coming out in March. Now, Part 1 of the final season came out in January of 2021. Part 2 came out in December of 2021 into 2022. And now Part 3 is coming out this year, but didn't come out in December or January. Okay, yeah, so I got to replace this thing. This thing did turn off. I think it may be overheating. It is dying. Something's going on with this thing. But my overhead light stopped working and then started working again. And now it stopped working once again. So I have to find out. Maybe something's going on with it, but it is unreliable. So I will be picking up a replacement of some sort. I will order a replacement probably tonight. And it will not be here for Saturday stream, but it will be here at some point. But yeah, this overhead thing has... Yep, there's no flashing light on here. There was... Yeah. Yeah, something's going on with that thing. Yeah, it needs its own fan. Yeah, I don't know. I've had it for a while. I've had this overhead light for quite some time. Several years. I can look it up probably on Amazon to see when I got it, but... Yeah, I've had that for a while, so it's not the most surprising thing that it's not working anymore. But it is frustrating. I do like having that light. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, Attack on Titan, it's finally ending this year. One would hope there isn't going to be a part 4, that in this double core, this 2-core that's coming out this year, they are actually finally doing it. Now, should they have not called it the final season if it was going to be 3 years and 3 parts? Yes, they should not have called it the final season. They should have called it something fucking else. What they could have called it any number of things. They could have called it the final story or whatever. The final arc. That would have been fine because people who had read the manga were like, "Hey, what the fuck? How are you going to end it? There's a lot of the manga left. How are you going to end it in one season?" And then they finished the part 1 and they were like, part 2 coming next year. And people were like, what? What Gunpla builders for you watch from time to time on YouTube for content? Hi, New Daniel. I build model kits 6 hours a week. I don't watch model kit builders. I occasionally will tune into Bad Gunpla. One word, Bad Gunpla. He is a streamer. Jason is a streamer on Twitch and also does YouTube content. He has not done YouTube content for a while. It is not his full-time job. Content creation is a part-time job for him. So he does not do videos all the time. But he does stream pretty regularly. I will also, more often than not, I will tune into Jason's Bad Gunpla's bonus streams where he is not model kit building because I like Jason and I like his community. But I do not go out of my way to watch model kit builders because I build model kits. So many hours a day. But yeah, Jason's great. He runs the Plamo Weekender charity streams, which I have taken part of every year, and I look forward to next year or this coming year, where I will hopefully once again contribute. All right, so we got to put this on here, and I got to do this in a way that lets me. There we go. If I twist it like that, can I do that? How do I get this to bend in a way that I can put this on? Because it's just like, oh yeah, and then you connect it. But it doesn't show it connected on the back here. It shows it with the... So I know this goes on here. This is fun. Mostly straight builds. I very rarely, if ever, do any sort of modifications. Tonight's a little special in that I am modifying this kit by taking these bonus parts and putting it on the other version of the Heavyarms. And that is unusual for me. I usually just do straight model building and with the occasional... why does this not want to fit in right? What's going on here? And occasionally I will do... I use Gundam markers. I don't do any painting. I don't do any kit bashing. I have kit bashed once. I might do kit bashing again someday, but that is not my priority. Why is this weird? This just doesn't want to do what I want it to do properly. Having some issues here with the weapon sitting in there. Don't know why. But this should just snap right in, and it doesn't. What if I do it upside down? That's not as cool. If I do it upside down, it just fucking fits, and that's not fun. But maybe that is the only way to get this to feed into the feeding slot. That is less fun if it's upside down. I don't know why that is that way, but it is. And then this should theoretically just... When things don't just work, it's fine, but it also is annoying. You know, when things just work, it is so much better. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. I'm kidding. Of course you have. Of course you know what I'm talking about here. All right, so let's see if I can figure out why this isn't working properly. I do not post on Instagram. No, I post build photos at the end of every stream on my Twitter, but I do not post build stuff on Instagram. But I'm at twitter.com/PatBaer, which is my name, and that is where you will primarily find build photos at the end of every stream, because that is more where I would like to be. Yeah. All right, let's get this on. As far as the other romantic comedy stuff that I was watching the past 2 days, Ice Guy and his cool female colleague, we are definitely getting to the point where it looks like both characters are aware that they like each other, which is progress. That doesn't sound like necessarily progress, but when it comes to romantic comedy anime, characters acknowledging they have a crush on another character is huge. You love to see it. We love to see it. We don't love... All right, you know what? This thing is frustrating. This isn't even what I want to show you. I want to show you the other parts of it. So we're putting the canister on here, and then we are going to stop worrying about this. That's going on there. We're not even going to include that. We will try to get this on this way, and then we'll move on to the next thing that we need to do. But yeah, the Ice Guy and his cool female colleague is fun. I recommend it. I think it is a lovely little show. I still really love that there is magic in that world, but none of the characters are weirded out by that. Everyone is used to the magic in that world, and that makes for a much more enjoyable show when everyone is on board. Oops, that's fun. All right. One thing we didn't do that we need to do here is I never put the neck cap piece on, which is annoying on my part. Because I was like, why is this head not sit right? It's because I didn't put the neck part on. Backpack fell off. We're now going to put the new backpack. We're going to put the backpack back on. The backpack back on. That is nonsense. All right. Put the backpack on. We are going to call this kit built. I will take a couple photos of it. And then I will take all these parts and put on the other thing. The other anime that I've been watching that I really thought is fun, that I recommend for this season, is Tomo-chan is a Girl. 2 fun little episodes here. Lots of fighting between our characters already, off to a thing, as we push them to maybe acknowledge that they want to date each other. June just like really fucking things up here, which was still enjoyable to watch. And what's his name? Yeah. Good series. I recommend it. I would say check that shit out. No, this is not my favorite Gundam Wing kit. I'm a Death Scythe guy. I love the Death Scythe. Death Scythe is my favorite kit. I love it so much, there is a Death Scythe of me as one of my emotes. I paid someone money to make that. But yeah, no, I am basically, I love all the Death Scythes. Then I love the Epion, and then the Tallgeese 3, and then the Heavyarms. So it's in my top 5. Tallgeese 3 is just an unbelievably cool kit. I love that kit so much. And really love and always love the Epion. Even though the Epion model kit never looked quite right in the transformation. But when do transformations look good? The answer is never. They never do. All right, I gotta get this here. I'm gonna take a photo. Take a couple glossies of this. Look, the Kyrios transformation looks pretty good. The Kyrios flight mode, I think, looks pretty all right. The Raider full mechanics wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. So that's not true that all the time they're terrible, but they're not always great. Okay, we've got some time left in the stream here. We are going to take this apart here. We are going to now build the ultimate heavy arms. The heaviest of heavy arms. By putting new shoulder things on here, we're going to open up all of these as well. We can't open up the back ones. And we'll take the leg parts off here. So we have to, and then all this here. I don't know. I have done like my favorites. I haven't really done a like tier list for like, I've done a like Gundam pilots kind of like tier list a little bit. But I haven't really like delved into like Gundam design. Is this the best Gundam series or the worst Gundam series? I haven't really dived too much into that. But, you know, I have my own opinions when it comes to that kind of thing. People ask me about, like, my favorite Gundam series. And, like, look, favorite series? Like, I know what I like. I know that, like, part of my love for the Death Scythe and you know, Gundam Wing in general is because it was my first major, like, Gundam series that I fell in love with. Like, I'm aware of that. Is it the best Gundam series? No. I mean, like, my favorite Gundam series, depending on the day, is probably Iron-Blooded Orphans, because it is a wonderfully devastating series that I have a lot of appreciation for. And I think it is just, like, a killer show. So, like, it's probably Iron-Blooded Orphans. Like, I can't, like, I think Witch from Mercury is fantastic, but I can't say that's, like, the best Gundam series because it isn't done yet. Like, I definitely don't want to say that. It's, like, something that I've really come to appreciate, and I look forward to more of it. But, like, you know, some of them it's like, I don't know. Like, Gundam X has a lot of promise, and then it doesn't fulfill it. G Gundam was very fun at the time, but, like, looking back, has a lot of fucking problems. Even if I think Domon is a top tier pilot, like a top tier Gundam main character, like G Gundam is a goddamn mess. So like I can't be like super into G Gundam because it is just like fucked in many ways. Oops, that came off. I don't know. You know, I got opinions on most of the series. There are a couple I've never seen, so I can't have like full thoughts on like Gundam Age. Like I think Gundam Age has very cool mobile suits. The grunts in Gundam Age look fucking rad. Do I have an opinion on Gundam Age the anime? No, because I haven't seen it. I should see it someday. Someday I will. Same thing with G-Recko. I've never seen G-Recko. So I don't have necessarily a strong opinion on G-Recko. I think those Gundam kits look fine. All right. Gotta get these side things off here. Whoops. I don't need to take that off. That didn't need to come off. That's part of the foot. Oh no. If we go past 11, we might go past 11 tonight because I am determined to finish this kit up. So if we got to stay, we got to stay. I really wish the overhead light worked again. Oh, it looks like it's back. It is. There we go. It's back. So there's something definitely going on with that thing. Yeah, it's just so much brighter in a way that I appreciate and enjoy. But yeah, we are going to finish this tonight because I want to. Oops. What's going on here? And how does this go? It goes like that. This is not the simplest thing. I mean, this is like easily an easy thing to say like, oh yeah, I'm going to take these and put them together. It is like, I think, a fine idea, but I would never recommend taking parts from one kit and just trying to get them to work on the other quickly. I would say take your time. If you are going to take bonus parts off one kit, like if you were going to take the sword and shield from the Shenlong bonus kit and put them on the Nadaku, like I think that would be an easy thing to do because it's just a weapon. But this requires some modifications and taking apart a kit that was an expensive kit. This was my like white whale for a long time. This is a kit I really wanted for many years. Finally have it. So I'm like kind of want to take it easy with it, if you know what I mean. All right. So that's one leg done. We got to do the other leg here. We can do the side skirt because that's easy to do. So the leg's done at least. One leg is done. But yeah, I gotta pop off these parts here. There we go. Got that off. That is probably the hardest part of doing that, is getting these off easy. And then I have to get this on in a way that hopefully doesn't fuck anything up. And okay. And okay, that one went on a lot easier than the other, which is great. Also, I want to make sure that I don't lose any of these because maybe someday I'll want to convert this back to its original version. Although I don't know why I would, because this is fucking cool. Doing the ultimate Heavyarms is a cool idea, and I don't know why I would want to revert it back to the less Heavyarms. Excuse me. I'm going to drink a little bit more water here. All right. We got to put this back on here. The ankle armor. Don't want the arm, don't want these ankles to get hurt. And then we got to put on, we got to put that down like that. Then we got to put the booster rockets here. The boosted rockets, I should say, not booster rockets, boosted rockets. Okay, now we got to put the new arms back on. The new arms on that. So we need to we can pop this off. Well, we can pop the whole arm off. That's another way to do it. Pop this off here. I'm going to try to put this on without closing all of these because then I have to reopen them and they're not annoying, but I'd rather not have to do that. I'm getting better at getting these open. Okay, so what if we just pop that? Yeah, pop that off like that. And then this just needs to split in half. We can use our part separator here to try to make this easier for ourselves. Can I do that? Yeah. I think I can. Yes, I can. Great. And okay. So now I just have to take this here and pop this. This should be the same and should give me no problems because the other side is the same. So okay, so this is going to go like this, and this just goes. I'm just going to look at how it looks, yeah. These are identical, just different colors, so theoretically, this should lock into place perfectly and not give me any trouble. But of course, I am rushing through this, so that is where I could theoretically run into trouble. Is by trying to force something together. And then this just goes in here. There we go. And this could pop up. Great, we did one of them. Now we'll do the other. I just need this shoulder part to come off. And we'll use the part separator here to separate the parts. All right, come on. There we go. Yeah, these are meant to come on and off, but they're not necessarily, they don't necessarily want to. They're meant to. They don't necessarily want to. Okay, great. So now I just need to put this on here like that. Ooh, that went on real smooth. We love to see that. And like that. Yes, I did indeed go on pretty smooth. Great. Oops, this popped off. Gotta fix that. Okay. Would it work the other way around? You always like the red. So I could just put these double barrels on the red and orange, which I do love the red and orange, but I actually think color-wise, Lashbrook, I think this kit is way better. I think these extension pieces are way better on the white and teal, or sorry, black and white and teal kit, because I think this green does not go well with the red and orange. I think this green of the new pieces doesn't look good. Now we do have the kind of bluish white of this version of the Heavyarms. Kind of does clash with the new side pieces here. The new side pieces, and it's like this white, this more pure white, kind of clashes and doesn't look perfect. But I think every other part of this kit like works so much better. But we could just swap the arm, the parts on the arms there, and give it the double barrel, which would make that, I guess, the ultimate. But I think making it on the this Heavyarms is better because I think the colors work a lot better. I think this green works so much better with this. So, and then we'll put this on our stands here, and this is done. The the heaviest arms is now complete. You can see that these arms don't love to stay up. So I'm going to quickly take a photo of this in all its glory, and then we will adjourn the stream. But yeah, we could theoretically, the easier thing probably would have been to take these double barrel guns and just put them on the other kit, but we're not doing that. We're doing the Heavyarms Endless Waltz to make this the heaviest arms. All right, that is going to do it for tonight's stream. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. We are going to go on a raid. That is how we end every stream around here. We're going to go find some cool people doing cool shit that we want to go hang out with. So feel free to come along on that. My next stream... Oh, I'm peeking a little bit here. I'm going to turn myself down a little bit. My next stream will be on Saturday. I will be in the Carolina room, our bonus room here, because that is where we're going to end up. We're going to figure out who we're going to go raid right now. So I hope you come back for my Saturday stream because it will be neat. What's all this? Oh, yeah. Who should we... So let's see. Who's doing stuff on a Thursday evening that we want to go hang out with for a little bit? Who is doing stuff? I don't know how long Rara is streaming for. Also, we did raid Rara previously, so I don't think we're going to go hang out tonight with Vectroid. We have not raided Wiggins in a while, who is playing The Legend of Dragoon, which is fun. So we're going to go raid Matt Wiggins. Matt Wiggins is good. His community is great. So we'll go hang out with Matt. So feel free to come along on this stream, this raid. Please come back Saturday night as we work on a new kit. We will start and maybe complete, maybe we will finish the Rising Gundam, but at the very least we will start it. It might be a one-stream build. I will do a poll tomorrow for my patrons to see where we go after that. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope to see you in the future stream. Thanks for all the questions. Lots of chat tonight. Didn't even really get through all the anime talk that I wanted to do. I had to truncate it because of all the conversation. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.